Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Ballpark. As always, I'm your host, Patrick Moran, joined alongside Brennan Cunningham. Today, we're going to hit on two topics. We got some superlatives entering the month of June. The calendar just flipped. Today is June 4th as we're recording. So, we're going to hit on some player stats, team stats that, are relevant as we enter the month of June. And then, All-Star ballot dropped. We will be given some early All-Star ballot picks and content. And of course, you can fill that out as a fan. Just Google it and pick the players you want. We'll give you the best recommendation possible. But before we get into all the information at hand today, Brendan, how are you? Unfortunately, you did lose in your high school playoffs. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm doing good outside of that. I mean, it's tough, but I am a junior, so I'll get another crack at it next year as a senior. But it was tough to lose in the playoffs, especially in the first round. Hoping to go a little farther. But after that was a while ago, I'm doing it right now. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Gonna graduate high school tomorrow. It'll officially come to an end for me. So yeah, I'm ready to be done with high school. I know you're ready to be done with high school, and you're a junior, so.
So done.
But hey, you're gonna get one more crack at it on the baseball field, like you said. So you got that taste in your mouth. You got that motivation. At least I hope it's motivation.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So let's dive into our topics. So, of course, the calendar flipped to June. We're through the April and May process. I don't know. Would you say that these games are meaning a little bit more now as the season goes on?
I mean, I definitely feel like these teams have kind of gotten in their swing a little bit. You can't really blame the struggles that maybe teams are having on it's the early part of the season. I feel like we're in it now for sure. So, it's where you at. If you're winning games and good. If you're not, then something's got to change. So I think teams are definitely feeling that right now. We're starting to kind of see what teams are and how they're going to pan out maybe the rest of the season. So definitely more impact.
Big takeaway for me has been there's so much parity in the American League. I know this is kind of detouring from the original, plan here, but I was looking at the wild card standings, pre-record, and Tampa Bay Rays, Cleveland Guardians, Seattle Mariners making a comeback, 8-2 in their last 10 after kind of a slow start. They're leading the West, but the Yankees are firmly in the playoff picture, and there's really only the three good teams. Chicago White Sox, shout out the White Sox, they're playing some better ball. They're in the wild card picture right now. So are the Oakland Athletics, but the or Sacramento Athletics, or the Athletics, whatever they're called, you know what I mean. The Athletics are 30-31, so they are under 500, and they technically hold the final wild card spot. You consider teams like the Texas Rangers, the Baltimore Orioles, Toronto Blue Jays, Minnesota Twins. Those are teams all within 2 games of that final wild card spot. And then, the Astros have been playing some better baseball as of late. They're 3 games out. Your Boston Red Sox are 4 games out. Tigers and Royals are 6 games out. And the Angels are 7 games out. I mean, there is little separation going on in the American League. And that has kind of been a fascinating development where there are a lot of better teams on the National League side.
Yeah, definitely the parity has been something in the American League. I mean, with the 5 teams over 500, I mean, that's just something you don't see. But I also think it does attribute to the teams at the top in the National League, like you just mentioned. Teams like the Braves, the Brewers, the Dodgers, of course, and even like just a lot of mid-tier to good teams that are also in there. I mean, the entire NL Central being above 500 has been a big storyline. I think all 4 of those teams outside the Brewers are good teams. And, there's some other like the Phillies and the Diamondbacks and the Padres. You could say that the Washington Nationals are good teams. So I think it does attribute to that you see this in the American League. There's a lot of teams close together just because there are a lot of kind of superpowers in the National League.
No doubt about it. So, officially entering the month of June, we're going to go through some team statistics, player statistics, league leaders, stuff like that. we'll hit on these quickly before we get into our all-star picks. The best team, the Atlanta Braves, as you mentioned, they are at the top of the NL East. They are 42-20 with a 677 winning percentage. They are 6-4 in their last 10 as of recording on a little two-game win streaks. They have a run differential of 114 in the positive direction, and their expected win-loss record is better. Their expected win-loss record is 43-19. They're just playing well in all these different facets of the game. I know we've talked about it a lot on this show recently, but the Braves are truly back. They are making their mark in the National League once again.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, mentioned a lot. The team is in full swing again. Interesting that they're ahead of the Dodgers. I mean, I know we talked about it before too that the Dodgers kind of don't only play for the regular season; they just play for the playoffs. But it is kind of weird that the Dodgers aren't the best team in baseball, and that the Braves are ahead of them. Even though it's only by 2 games, it's still something to know.
Yeah, and then we hit on the worst teams now. It is or at least entering June. I just forgot to preface that all of these numbers I'm looking at for the most part are we're entering the month of June. Of course, I'll provide the current stats as well. But the two worst teams of baseball were the Detroit Tigers and the Colorado Rockies. Both entered June at 22-38. The Tigers have won 3 games in June, so they are doing a little bit better. But the Colorado Rockies still 24-39. They have only improved on 2 games since then. Colorado Rockies are tied for the worst record in the game with. I just hit something on my keyboard. They're tied with the Angels. So, the Tigers are on the upswing a little bit, not a ton, but they are getting Tarek Skubal back. Hopefully sooner than later. He had the infamous Skubal scope, as Scott Boras labeled it. But the Kansas City Royals down there as well. San Francisco Giants in that bucket. I mean, all these teams were not very good entering the month of June, and Tigers and Rockies being the worst, and currently the Rockies and the Angels.
Yeah, I think something to note there is definitely the Tigers. That's been an interesting storyline so far this season. I mean, this is a team we thought was going to be one of the better teams in the American League. I mean, certainly maybe the top 3. They had the additions off season, and we thought they had it. I mean, with the injury to Tarek Skubal, they've definitely plummeted. I also want to think, if things aren't going their way the rest of the season, if Tarek Skubal comes back and they still aren't winning, is that trade for Skubal actually going to happen? And to where, I think, is something to look out for, as you could say he's the best pitcher in the game. And if things aren't happening for the Tigers, something could happen.
It's a great point with Tarek Skubal. I know I brought up the injury concerns that he has right now, and he could be the big fish on the trade market. And I don't know if we've had this big of a name on the block. I mean, it's so huge that a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner could be on the move. I mean, Brendan, when was the last time you could think of a name of that magnitude available to go get?
I mean, never. I mean, if you have a guy that's won back-to-back Cy Youngs, usually you don't train that guy because that's a piece you always need. So it's interesting that I think it'll be fun. I think player movement is always fun. I just hope it doesn't go to a team that doesn't really need him as much as others, kind of like the Dodgers. That's what I'm hinting towards.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking out for that.
But to counter that point, the Dodgers are one of the few teams that have the capital to trade for Tarek Skubal. So
That's
you're absolutely right. Something to look out for as July rolls around. And then we didn't talk about the Rockies or the Angels. No surprises there. Rockies, I will say, they kind of overhauled the development this offseason. They're doing better things as an organization developmentally and kind of moving forward, as they didn't really do a lot of great stuff before. I mean, they didn't move Trevor Story, John Gray. I just remember that, and not trading those guys when they should have was uh, criminal. And then the Angels are in purgatory, to put it simply.
Yeah, I mean these are kind of our typical teams that we've seen at the bottom for seems like a few years now. Um, you're always rooting for the bottom dog to kind of get some at some point. Um, so it's always good to keep track of how they're doing, see if some guys are making some improvement, if they can make some moves here and there to look towards the future, because that's definitely something they need to do.
That would, for me, that would be directed more towards the Angels. They have no direction. Do you think they should trade Mike Trout before we move on to the next stat?
No, you can't trade my Trout. You can't. He doesn't
Yeah.
even want to leave. I mean, he's a lifetime Angel, and I'll stick by that. Even if it makes sense to move on and get a haul, you just you can't do it.
And I
I think
mean,
there would be riots in Anaheim.
you would lose the fan base. Yeah. Next stat: most home runs so far in Major League Baseball. Kyle Schwarber at 23 currently. Jordan Alvarez right behind him. Munetaka Murakami, Chicago White Sox rookie phenom. He has been a huge catalyst of what they're doing on the South Side. And then Byron Buxton, 18. So there were only three guys above 20 home runs, or have at least 20 home runs, I should say, for Munetaka. But Kyle Schwarber at the top of that list. No surprises for me. I mean, he is an absolute slugger. That's what he got paid to do. I think he got the 5 years, 150 this offseason, and that may not age super well as he gets older. He's not a spring chicken anymore, as some might say, but regardless, he gets paid to mash, and he is doing that right now.
Yeah, like you said, nothing new for Kyle Schwarber. Um, we know what he does at this point. He hits bombs. Um, Average is going to be fine, but yeah, that's what they paid him for. And I think, Jordan Alvarez, nothing to note, having a phenomenal season to plate. I mean, I think we'll talk about some of his other stats later, but it's him hit the plate is I think he's been the best hitter so far. With those 21 home runs, it's certainly been a highlight for him. And then Munetaka Murakami, his continued success. I mean, I know he's fallen off. He was in the number one at one point, but 20 home runs is still a great mark for where he is in this so far this season.
Absolutely. And Kyle Schwarber added a home run to his league leading 22 home runs entering the month. And now we go to the polar opposite of the spectrum, at least in today's version of the game, batting average. And a dying art, unfortunately. Otto Lopez of the Miami Marlins, the shortstop in Florida, playing for the Fish. He entered the month with a 326 batting average, and he was leading the league in hits with 75 entering the month. And, you would think, oh, that average might go down. No, it went up. It's 336 at the time of recording, and he still leads the league in hits at 82. He is just slapping the ball all around the field. Very little home run output, only five, but that's not the name of his game. The name of his game is to rack up those hits, play a great defensive shortstop, which he absolutely can do. This is a really fun piece for the Marlins that they got off waivers at the end of the day, and look at him now. He's leading the league in average. Brandon Marsh, right behind him, of course, Luis Ariz, right there as well. Marsh hitting 333, Luis Ariz hitting 325. Jung Hoo Lee, the teammate of Luis Ariz, hitting 322. Troy Johnson of the Rockies hitting 320. Those are the top five batting averages, all about 320. Jordan Alvarez is there as well. I mean, he's a freak. But yeah, Otto Lopez at the top of the league in batting average.
Yeah, I mean, kind of an odd list of names. The top we have here, I mean, outside of Lisa Rise, who's always been at the top of this stat. Otto Lopez and Brandon Mars and Jung Hoo Lee, kind of unexpected names we saw. You know, I don't know who would have predicted that they would be at the top of the batting average, but definitely something to note. I mean, I wonder is this a change in game plan that they developed over the offseason, just going for contact. I mean, you can see with both Marsh and Lopez that their home runs are definitely not there. And that's fine. I think hitting average is a very good way. Just making contact, putting ball in play is a good approach to have, and I think it's working out for them.
For sure. Now, move on over to RBIs, runs batted in. Eddie Paez entered the month with the most RBIs in the league at 50. He's added one to that total, so he sits atop that leaderboard with 51. And nobody else is beyond 50. He is the only name that has a 5 in front of that stat on his stat sheet. CJ Abrams has 47 runs driven in. So does Matt Olson, Liam Hicks of the Marlins at 46, and Christian Walker of the Astros at 45. And Eddie Paez with 51. I mean, this is really where the people hate the Dodgers, and the fact that not only can they buy the talent, they can develop the talent. And Eddie Paez is a homegrown guy coming up as a center fielder. They got him to a point where he's a great defensive center fielder, and of course he can hit. He's picking it up from last season, where he had a great first half. Didn't have the second half as much, but was still a defensive guy in the playoffs for them, and he's back on a hot start. Only 13 home runs, so he's not near the top of the league, but he is coming through with runners on base, and quite frankly, that's how you win games.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can hate the Dodgers for it, but what are you gonna do? They're not just buying players, like you said. They're developing. Eddie Paez is still staying hot. And I think C.J. Abrams, I know he's not above 50, but 47 is still a good number for C.J. Abrams, and a guy like Matt Olson, Liam Hicks, too. A little farther down there at 46, so still good numbers. I think Andy Paez, great start to his year so far. I mean, interesting is 51 RBIs, only 13 home runs. So that's something to note there. And he's definitely taken his game to another level that I don't think most of us saw coming, as maybe being the best hitter in this Dodgers lineup. It's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Another team stat, going back to the teams. Don't have it up just yet. Oh, here we go. Yep, so in terms of runs scored, the number one team in terms of scoring runs resides in the nation's capital. It's the Washington Nationals. They came into the month with 324 runs scored. Now they're at 331. Right behind them is the Atlanta Braves at 328. Los Angeles Dodgers with that same total. Pittsburgh Pirates 321. Everyone wanted them to get bats. Those bats are producing. And the New York Yankees rounding out the top 5 at 315. But how about the Washington Nationals? This offense has been so fun. You have James Wood just absolutely killing it. We hit on C.J. Abrams in terms of runs driven in. He has been a huge part of the Nationals scoring this many runs, quite frankly. Dalen Lyle has been really fun, and Luis Garcia is still being an intriguing piece. Kyber Ruiz is doing some stuff. Jacob Young is hitting for some pop this year. They have contributors all around the diamond. Curtis Mead has an 800 OPS on the season. I mean, they are getting plenty of good stuff from this roster top to bottom, and it's really cool to see the Nats kind of get back to relevance again.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been fun for you down in Maryland. Did see a close neighbor? I'm sure you support them. Seeing them have this success. And I think the Pirates also love to see that. That's a fun team to root for. Love that the offense is finally cooking. I think one thing to note now that I'm looking at this list is number 7. You go to Milwaukee Brewers. I know they're a little farther down at 292, but they are doing this with the least amount of home runs in the MLB. So that is something to also note, that you don't have to hit home runs to score runs. And the other 3 names you mentioned, the top 5, definitely I think expected names.
Good note to share there in the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, that's just kind of Brewer ball. They're going to pitch their way to success. Now we look at the other end of the spectrum. The least amount of runs scored in total by, team stats and such. San Diego Padres have scored 235 runs. They are currently the lowest scoring team in the big leagues. It was the Kansas City Royals entering the month, but they have gotten their original total from 221, which was at the bottom of the league, now up to 240. And the Padres have really stalled out. I mean, the Padres are still above 500, but my oh my, have things they've kind of been getting lucky, quite frankly. I mean, I don't want to be mean there. They have a negative 10 run differential, and that's going to even out as time goes on. So, the Padres, it's going to be tough for them. They are in a really competitive league, as we hit on right before we got into all these superlatives. And the National League has so many competitors, and it's going to be hard for them to survive.
Yeah, I mean, if this offense doesn't wake up the Padres, 235 is just not going to cut it if they want to stay above 500 in the wild card race. I think there are still some bats that need to get cooking. I know Fernando Tatis has been better, but he still needs to improve a little bit, and there's some other guys in the lineup that haven't quite lived up to their potential. And then I think to note, unfortunately, the Boston Red Sox are at 26 here at 241. Definitely the offense has been struggling. It's kind of been spurts lately. Either they score a lot of runs or they scored almost no runs. So that's disappointing to see. Hopefully they can get it back for my sake.
They're also good at, with the comeback wins as well. So they're able to kind of squeak out these one-run wins and kind of get the home fans juiced up in the process. Padres' reality might be starting to sink in. They are third in the NL West, though, but they're tied with the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are at a positive run differential, which is really cool. Next up, this still holds true. It was true entering the month of June. The NL Central, every single team is above 500. The Milwaukee Brewers sit atop that division at 37 and 23. St. Louis Cardinals having a fun season, although they've kind of been on a slide recently, 3-7 in their last 10. They're 32 and 28, better than a lot of people expected. Kind of seemed like a bridge year with Chaim Bloom. Pittsburgh Pirates 33 and 29. This is my team. I stamped it. Thought they were going to be the top wild card team, and I hope they maintain it. I like when baseball is good in Pittsburgh because that city is a baseball town. Same with the Chicago Cubs. I mean, they have had a rough season. They've had a lot of injuries and the offense stalling out, but they're still 32 and 30. And the Cincinnati Reds, who are fifth in that division, are 31 and 30. This was a division that kind of got clowned a lot before this season started. The Centrals are so weak, especially the NL Central and the AL Central. The NL Central is completely rewriting that narrative. All of these teams, are super competitive, and it seems like, for the most part, it's sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible so far this year. I think one thing to say, I don't want to diminish the team's comments. I think they're all still good teams, but I think a factor of this is that the Cubs have not been what we thought they were going to be and aren't, like you said, the injuries have played a factor in this, but I think the players that they have aren't living up to expectations that them and us thought before the season started. So that is something to kind of look at. If things heat up for the Cubs, I think they have maybe some of the more talent that other teams don't have. So if they can get hot, they can maybe rise, and then that'll shake things up. But it is fun to watch seeing the NL Central after, like you said, years of clowning as maybe the worst division in baseball. But now it's a serious comeback.
Yeah, I would go back to the player side of these statistics. It is the leader in OPS up next. Ben Rice originally led the league with a 1055 OPS entering the month of June, and instead Yordan Alvarez took over the title. He has a 1078 OPS. Ben Rice still right there, though, at a 1031. Those are the only two players with an OPS above 1,000. Kyle Schwarber at 944. We talked about him with the home runs, and Juan Soto, of course, with the power and speed combination. He has a 943 OPS. A little bit different for him. He was kind of got a late start, or he was hurt midseason, and then he came back. He was still on the opening day roster, I believe. And then Shohei Ohtani, 941 OPS. I mean, he's a freak. I mean, his OPS was below 800, and we're like, oh, what happened to Shohei? And here he is. I mean, Shohei. So, yeah, it's a fun top five. I mean, a lot of common names, but Ben Rice, I think, is the one to highlight. He's probably not a name anyone would have thought of for a category like this, Jordan Alvarez, of course, has been tearing the cover off the ball. He could be the best one, or he's one of the best power and hitterish approaches in the league. And Ben Rice coming out here, it's been a really fun story. I know it's not cool because he's a Yankee, but from an objective perspective, you got to appreciate what he's doing, giving Aaron Judge all the protection that he needs. So yeah, he and Jordan Alvarez, the only hitters with 4 digits in their OPS.
Yeah, definitely some typical names up at the top here. Jordan, Nick Kurtz, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, Otani. And then Ben Rice, definitely been a breakout star this season. And like you said, I hate to see it. I've been seeing him in some MVP conversations. I don't know if that's just Yankee hype. I think it is. But he's definitely played at a great level so far this season. And that shows in this OPS category with being the only guy with one at 1,000. So impressive stuff from him, even though I hate to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that's pure smoke with the MVP talks. I don't want that to deteriorate Ben Rice's campaign. He's been phenomenal, but not an MVP. I would pick a couple of other guys ahead of him. I think he's going to be pretty high in the MVP voting when it's all said and done, but he's not bringing home the hardware. You can take a breath and relax on that front. Well, not you. I guess you never thought that he was an MVP,
I
right?
didn't believe it. I saw some stuff online. I figured it was just the Yankees being the Yankees.
Big
Yankees
market
fans
bias.
being the Yankee fans.
Yeah, big market bias for sure. Uh, let's go to the walks. There was one pitcher stat that was ahead of this on the rundown, but got the walks pulled up. Mike Trout leads the league in walks, and of course he's another guy we've talked about. Love seeing him back healthy with the Angels. He's played in 62 games. Baseball is better when Mike Trout is on the field. It's simple as that. And he has drawn 60 free passes compared to his 65 strikeouts. Nicholas Kurtz, got to be careful when you say that, has 56 walks. Taylor Ward of the Orioles, I've seen him. I can definitely talk about him and what he's been doing in Baltimore, but 55 walks. James Wood in Washington, 51 walks. He's had a lot. His approach has improved. And then Bryce Durang of the Milwaukee Brewers, 45 walks. That is your top five. But Mike Trout hitting the 60 mark on the base on balls, really cool. I mean, Mike Trout being good again makes our hearts happy here on Beyond the Ballpark.
Yeah. I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago when Mike Trout was hitting some bombs, but it's definitely fun to see Mike Trout playing some great baseball, and walks is a great baseball. Underrated stat in baseball. I think the discipline at the plate is a good thing to have. And it's, Mike Trout, 60 walks. And also behind him, Nick Kurtz, like you said, having a real, getting very hot, Nick Kurtz. I think he's been kind of a slow start, but then this second half of the season so far, he's been heating up, which is fun to see. And then Taylor Ward, Oriole, I know you've probably seen that. And a few other guys down below, typical names. But definitely the main story is Mike Trout at the top of the leaderboard for walks.
No doubt about it. And just a quick hit on Taylor Ward. He's a guy that I watch frequently, so I'm going to have more insight on him. Oriole bias, yes. But I'll talk about him for a minute. It feels like he just gets into a full count every, like, at least twice a night, which is crazy. I mean, he is so selective. It can kind of border on the passive side at times, but I think that overall his feel for the zone is really good, and he's able to take those walks. Only two more strikeouts than walks for him as well. Not what the Orioles were expecting. They were hoping that he would hit 30 to 35 home runs for them, but instead he's getting on base, and I mean I absolutely love it. Just him setting the table. He's such a sound player, sound approach. You can rest easy when he's at the plate. Not as big of a stat, but I mean this is important. This is how you win ball games with the pitching at the end. Cade Smith leads the league in saves. He's had 21 of those in 23 chances. Mason Miller right behind him. Mason Miller has converted every single save opportunity with 17. Brian Baker, former Oriole, 16 saves and 19 opportunities. Riley O'Brien of the St. Louis Cardinals, 15 saves and 19 chances. And Paul Sewald, shout out Paul Sewald, also at 15 in 16 chances back in Arizona. I mean, the reliever position is so volatile. There's so many new names every single season. I mean, we were looking at Emmanuel Clase 2 years ago, and now he's probably never going to pitch in baseball again, sadly, for the betting scandal and stuff. But hey, Cleveland Guardians have not skipped a beat on that front. Cade Smith has transitioned seamlessly into that role.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying that they lose one of a great reliever in Emmanuel Clase, and they just get one right back with Cade Smith. Definitely, I'd probably say been the best reliever so far in the American League. But I wouldn't say the best in baseball because I think Mason Miller, even though he's behind the saves, I think he's been the most dominant reliever and closer in baseball. I mean, he's 17 saves shows it, and I think goes that ERA if you look at it, .72. He's been dominant so far this year, and he also mentioned that every opportunity he's gotten a save, which is shows how dominant he's been.
Mason Miller has been insane indeed. He is one of three relievers around the top 10 with an ERA under one. Tim, do you think you know the other two? I know you know one of them.
Under one
Under one. So it's point something.
is Cade Smith below one?
No, he's not. He's a 2.83.
What division am I looking at here?
You trust me, you know one of them.
Oh, is it Aroldis Chapman?
It is Aroldis Chapman. He's a bit lower on the list. He's 12 for 12 on the save opportunities, pardon me, but a .48 ERA. This
Nice.
last one's crazy.
What division?
NL East.
Is it? Is it Johan Duran?
No, surprisingly.
No.
He's got the 14 saves on this list. He's at 6. But
That's what I thought it would be.
ERA is not under 1. It's at 1.37. It's a rival of that
Wouldn't
team.
be Devin Williams. Wouldn't be. Is it Rizal Iglesias?
It is Raisel Iglesias, .96 ERA. Great to see him have a great season. He's been
That's a
so
shock.
good. Yeah. All right. Sticking on the pitching front. We hit on the saves. Oh, we still haven't hit on this one. That's my bad. ERA. This is crazy. This guy's been absolutely nuts. Christopher Sanchez leads qualified starters in the earned run average department. He has a 1.46, and this is what makes it more crazy. He entered this month with a 1.47, so his ERA has dropped since the start of June. He's had 13 starts, 7-2 record, 86 and 2/3 innings pitched, 77 hits, 19 runs, 14 earned runs in 86 innings, folks. Only allowing 3 home runs. He's only hit one batter, 17 walks, 103 strikeouts, and had to pull this up. He went 50 and 2/3 innings scoreless. You heard that correctly. 50 and 2/3 innings scoreless. That streak ended on June 3rd, which was yesterday, and that's just unbelievable. He literally set a record for the longest scoreless streak in MLB history by a left-hander. He passed Carl Hubbell's streak in 1933, which is nuts that we're going that deep into the archives. But, I mean, Christopher Sanchez, he's on another planet, and he is a huge reason why the pitching has been so much fun in the league in general, but especially in the National League.
Yeah, anytime you break a record from the 1930s, you know that you're doing pretty well. And Christopher Sanchez has definitely been dominant so far this year. I'd say he's leapfrogged Jacob Mizorowski in terms of Cy Young odds here. He's Jacob Mizorowski second place ERA, but I'd say with the recent success for Christopher Sanchez, he's got to be the best candidate for the National League right now. 14 runs in 86 innings, like you mentioned, I mean, that's just unheard of. That's phenomenal for Christopher Sanchez. He was so close to winning Cy Young last year, and maybe this year's the year for him.
Maybe, with Paul Skeens having a few blips in the radar. on the starting pitching front. Don't let the Phillies get hot, folks. They're 33 and 29 after a rough start. Don Mattingly has done a good job of turning things around. Finally, the last stat of the day, strikeout leader in Major League Baseball. Who do you think it is?
Got to be Mizrowski, right?
It is Jacob Mizrowski, leading the league in strikeouts. He's had a 1.65 ERA, so he was right there in the ERA conversation as well. 6-2, and for the record, he did enter the month with the lead at 108, so he doesn't need to start June to change anything. But that's a stat where you only gain, you never lose ground unless you get more strikeouts. He's got a 6-2 record for the Brew Crew in 12 starts, 71 innings, 37 hits, 15 runs, 13 of which have been earned, 4 homers, 6 hit batsmen, 19 walks, a .79 whip, and a 150 batting average against. Christopher Sanchez, 1.09 whip, 234 batting average against. Thought I'd bring those up. But Jacob Mizrowski has got some incredible stuff in his arsenal, combined with the extension and the advanced metrics. Love him. We could go deep down that wormhole, but we'll save the viewers from that. Just know that he is so big and lanky and tall that he really gets down the mound well, and he kind of delivers the ball from a shorter distance to the plate, along with just an unbelievable arsenal. Jacob Mizrowski, for good reason, leads the league in strikeouts.
Yeah. I know I just talked about him. He's the other Cy Young candidate in the National League, and the strikeouts has been unreal for him. That's definitely been some talk around that. The fastball, it's been pumping, off speed's great. He's definitely a freak in terms of baseball. And just like you say, he's so tall and extends well, and he gets down the mound. Then gets down the mound, and it's been dominant so far this year. He's could win the Cy Young, but I think I still go with Christopher Sanchez so far.
The aforementioned Sanchez, the only other pitcher with over 100 strikeouts at 103. Those are all the superlatives coming out of the month of June. Stat leaders for teams and players and such. A lot of interesting things have been happening. Brendan, you want to go to the All-Star ballot?
Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right, so the All-Star ballot is public. It is readily available on the internet. It is a Google search away. So phase 1 is June 3rd to June 25th. You just help your favorites advance, get into the next phase of voting, and that aforementioned phase 2, is from June 29th to July 2nd, where we're voting for the starters. We'll just work our way down the ballot here. First base is up first. Funny pun. Brendan, who do you have circled on your list right now?
It's tough. I mean, it's really tough right now. I think I'm between. There's like 4 guys in the conversation. I think. Let me know where you're going with this. I still have to decide.
I think it's obvious, and we hit on this guy earlier, Ben Rice. I mean, he's having an unbelievable season. There are a lot of good candidates at first base, to be clear. You have your guy, Wilson Contreras. He may be stirring up drama, but he is boasting a 919 OPS. Nicholas Kurtz at a 943 OPS have been fantastic for the Athletics. Jonathan Aranda is just a freaking pest, and he's annoying to watch as an opposing fan, just like the Rays. Pete Alonso has had a solid season. Christian Walker looking good once again. Munetaka Murakami definitely there as well. We hit on him in the home run totals, and those are really the names that stick out. But I think I'm going to roll with Ben Rice. I mean, 17 homers, 44 RBIs, 300 average. That all adds up. The 1031 OPS is pretty insane at this point in the season.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but I think I'll have to go with them. That OPS is just too high. Even though I really want to go Wilson Contreras. And then for the National League, I think it's also a few guys. A guy like Matt Olson, definitely having a great year. 17 home runs, 46 RBIs, 907 OPS. Sal Stewart, I know he's kind of maybe cool down a little bit, but still has some good numbers. Freddie Freeman is always putting up a solid year. Bryce Harper, 14 home runs, 36 RBIs. But I think I'll go with Matt Olson for the National League.
That sounds right. I think I'm gonna make the same pick. Not gonna overthink it. Shout out Jake Bowers. Jake Bowers has been hitting really well with the Brewers. TJ Rumfield been a nice rookie for Rockies. Spencer Horwitz, 847 OPS. It's solid. I mean, I think there are a lot of solid options here, but yeah, Matt Olson is Mr. Consistent lunch pail guy, showing up to work every single day, and it's shown in the numbers. The 907 OPS, I think, is the clear choice. So I'm going to click Matt Olson. Second base, not as good of a position across the board. I mean,
No.
one of the weakest positions. Would you say this is the weakest position in baseball?
It's looking at these numbers right now. I mean, nothing jumps off the page for you.
Yeah. Could have been Jazz. He's Mr. 50-50, but
No.
not this year, buddy.
No.
Um, Tough. I mean, there really aren't a lot to shout out. I know there were a ton of first
I think I'm just
basemen.
going to go Ernie Clement, and I don't even know if they've shot out anymore.
Yeah. Ernie Clements having a good season. Ezekiel Duran looking good as maybe more of a role player, but he's going to get the nod here. Gleyber Torres looking decent. I mean, he's a solid option with the Tigers. I think I'm going to make a fun pick. Give me the kid from the land down under. Give me Travis Bazzana.
Really?
He's looked good since getting the call up to the big leagues. Former #1 overall pick. Want to have some fun. If you're gonna be bold, you got to do it at second base because it's really an open field in my opinion.
Okay, that's interesting.
He's got a little 781 OPS, 273 average, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. I think he can ride the hot hand a little bit. Maybe backdoor his way into an all-star team. And he's from Australia. I want to give a shout out to Australia. I hope to get there one day.
Yeah. And then National League. This is more tough.
Yeah, it's better in the National League.
Who are you shouting out here?
Brandon Lau, I think, has been the perfect addition for the Pirates. 15 homers, 40 driven in, 257 average, 875 OPS. Really solid player. I think J.J. Weatherholt's gotten off to a really solid start in St. Louis. I know the numbers don't look as great. I mean, he's kind of cooled off, but got off to a great start this season. Bryce Terang is a great option, 870 OPS. Xavier Edwards hitting over 300. Luis Arraez hitting over 300. I think it's definitely a better pool on this side for the National League than it is the American League. And Ozzie Albies as well having a nice little campaign. Who do you think you're going to go with?
I think I'm going Xavier Edwards of the Marlins, but I do want to shout out Ozzie Albies and Bryce Terang. I think they're probably my other two choices if I had to go, but I think Xavier Edwards was average at 311, 20 RBIs, 864 OPS. Definitely that's something that someone I'll go with.
I'm kind of between him and Terang, to be honest. I think those are the top two in my opinion. This is tough. I don't want this to disparage Xavier Edwards. I love Xavier Edwards, and I think he absolutely deserves to be on the All-Star team, maybe start. I would not be upset if he's starting, but I'm going to go with Bryce Terang. Got the 870 OPS. This is one of the best just ball players in the game. You know, gritty guy, and 280 average, 7 homers, 35 driven in. He has been an absolute catalyst for the Brewers offense really since the start of the second half last season.
Yeah. Definitely one of the better.
No wrong option though.
No,
option.
there is not. Definitely.
Yeah.
Some good options in the National League.
Mm-hmm.
All right, third base.
Third base. Ooh. Honestly, this isn't that great either.
No.
I
I think I'm just gonna go chalk here.
You can go chalk. What do you think chalk is?
chalk is Junior Caminero.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I feel like he's the best third baseman in the game, and the numbers prove it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Junior Caminero for the American League. I don't know. I mean, shout out, who shout out? Josh Young, 840 OPS, 307 average. Um, Kuma Okamoto, 13 home runs, 744 OPS. Miguel Vargas he's been very good with 15 home runs and 870 OPS. Who are you thinking?
I was really tempted to go Miguel Vargas. I think he's probably my number 2 option. But I think I am gonna go with Junior Caminero. I think he's a stud. So yeah, and we're gonna shout out Caleb Durbin.
He's been getting hot lately. He's been getting hot. I swear.
He's been better as of late, right?
This is a long-term project, okay?
I'll believe it. I mean, hey, he went to, I forget which third-party hitting coach he went to, but they got him right. I think I watched a video just in the hands, and I'll believe in him. I mean, he's definitely in a good ballpark, but
I'm not quitting on him yet.
Ugly, and giving up Kyle Anderson is tough optics right now. But anyway, we don't need to talk about that. National League side, third base. Shout out Nolan Arenado, 801 OPS. He is.
That's the first thing I saw.
Been rejuvenized with the Diamondbacks. That's really cool. Hit on Curtis Mead earlier in this episode, I think. Maybe. I don't remember. But he's got an 823 OPS, so he's been pretty good. A lot of these other third basemen are not as
Max
good.
Muncy?
It's probably Max Muncy, yeah. Alex Bregman hasn't been good. Are you shocked at that?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it was kind of a short sample size we had because he was injured last year, but I mean, he looked good. I mean, maybe that was just him playing at Fenway, but it is shocking to see him not really being in this conversation.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a feeling that the numbers would take a minor step back, considering that tougher to hit for righties in Chicago than Boston with the Green Monster, but still think he can turn around. He's having an okay season. Not great, not what you paid for, but it's not terrible. Yeah, I think Max Muncy is the pick.
Oh, I'm really tempted to go Nolan Arenado, though.
Ooh, are you gonna go Nolan? I mean, Max Muncy, 251 average.
I'm going Nolan.
20. Ooh, I like it. 22 driven in.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
859 OPS for Max Muncy.
He's at 800.
Yeah, Nolan Arenado is at 800. I respect it. I love that. I mean, he's probably number 2, right? Behind.
It's a weak group of guys here.
Flat. Nick Gonzalez hitting 313 or 314. My bad.
I did not see that. Okay.
That was at the top.
No, I'm going Nolan Arenado.
I respect it. He's probably number 2. So, yeah. Shortstop. Here's a fun conversation, or maybe not as much. Looking at the numbers.
Whoa. It's Bob Witt.
Kevin McGonigal has been a lot of fun. 802 OPS in Detroit.
It's Bobby Witt.
I mean, the Tigers aren't playing well overall, but Kevin McGonigal's a great rookie. He's going to be good for a long time. Bobby Witt Jr. is the pick. You're right.
Yeah, it's a little boring because he's
the best.
The shortstop, but
yeah.
No, there's not really a lot of names. I mean, I want to go Gunnar Henderson, but that average in OPS is too low.
Yeah, no, Gunnar has not been worthy of much.
Shout out Colson Montgomery.
I was thinking of him. I was going to shout him out. He's been having a good season in Chicago. Him and Miguel Vargas, they're bringing baseball back to the South Side.
Love it.
Yep. It was him. Brian Rocchio's been solid. Jacob Wilson hitting 292, but Oh, Jeremy Pena been decent, 775 OPS, but Bobby Witt 285, 9 homers, 26 driven in, 824 OPS. That is what you want to see from Bobby Witt at this point in the season, and I think he's the option. Again, no Trevor Story love from you. That is shocking.
Uh, he's gonna come back. Don't worry about it. He'll be there.
Based on last season, I think I believe in him more than other people, but once again, not looking good for him. National League, we talked about Otto Lopez and his 336 average in the previous segment.
Oh.
CJ Abrams 903 OPS. He's on my 25 and under team. Go check out that episode if you haven't already. Connor Griffin coming to life, 729 OPS, but still not great. I think
Ellie de la Cruz.
Did I mention Ellie?
You did.
Yeah, Ellie 855 OPS. It's tough.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts.
I'll show some love there.
It's him and his 632 OPS.
No. You know he's got it in him. You know he's got it in him. It's the injury.
Yeah. He's hitting below the Mendoza line, though. I mean,
it's the injury. Don't let him get hot.
how much can you defend an OPS?
You'd almost be stupid not to pick him. Because the All-Star game is what, like a month? You're projecting here. You're predicting. I'm predicting that Mookie Betts is going to get hot in the month of June.
I don't think you're predicting. I think you're pushing an agenda.
No. Come on.
You're the guy that loves Mookie Betts. I do too, but he's your favorite player of all time.
Ooh. Jenner Bogart's there too. How about that?
Bogarts?
Another
Bogarts, 662 OPS. You
Well,
missed that?
It was better than I that's worse than I remembered.
That's true. Yeah. That 288 mil.
But I'm glad I'm not paying that.
Yeah. That's not a good contract. Anyway, for me it's Ellie, CJ, or Otto. I think I'm going to go with Otto. I'm going to go with Otto Lopez. I mean, he's leading the league in average. We talked about the 336. The OPS is not as good as Ellie or CJ, but 5 homers, 26 RBIs. I'm standing with the batting average. Bring the batting average back. It's that simple. And for that reason, I am putting the word out there that Otto Lopez deserves to start in the All-Star game.
Wow.
I'm making a statement. I'm making my statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tough three. I mean, all three of these guys can be starters. I think
They could. Yeah,
any one of them would be the starter in the American League. So, I'm gonna go C.J. Abrams. So I'm surprised you didn't go with.
Yeah, he's my guy too. I did pick him in my draft.
With that 903 OPS.
Yeah. I think it's a solid top 3. Like, you can't go wrong with any of those guys.
You cannot, no.
No. All right, catcher. Ryan Jeffers, solid season out in Minnesota. 949 OPS. Shea Langoliers, been really good. 884 OPS. And then we get to the reason we're all here. We're all here to vote Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh.
799 OPS. He's so back. This is the Adley I know and love.
Yeah. Okay.
All the other options. Oh, Dylan Dingler's been really good. I forgot about him. My bad.
I think it's a top 3 here. A top 3.
No Dingler? Is Dingler not?
Of Dylan Dingler, Ryan Jeffers, and Shea Langoliers. That's a top 3 here.
Oh, okay.
No, that is no.
Interesting choice.
We're not. Adley's not in the top 3 here. But I think I'm going Langoliers.
Okay, all right. The 14 home runs is just sticking out. Well,
that is.
Yeah.
Even that 949 OPS, Ryan Jeffers, tempting.
Yeah. You might have a smaller sample though. I haven't looked at the at-bat totals, but I I'm going Adley.
No, you're not. Are we
I
really?
am. Yeah. This is on
Wow.
brand for me. I have to do this.
I don't know if you have to.
No, I do. This is my agenda that I'm pushing right now.
Yeah. I
This is
mean,
this is on brand. I am starting this narrative. Him and
be
Otto
yourself.
Lopez.
Be yourself.
Yeah. Thank you.
Stay true to yourself.
In all honesty, the pick would be Shea. Well, she's probably the best catcher in baseball, but I'm picking Adley because Adley is my goat. It's that simple.
Okay.
If you want to be like me, be cool, and support someone that deserves it, Adley Rutschman's the guy. But uh, in all honesty, Shea Langoliers is the pick. Brendan has it correct, but Adley's my guy. So
Okay.
yep.
The National League.
You want to take us through it?
I mean, there's Drake Baldwin. That seems. Hunter Goodman, good year, 15 home runs, 816 OPS. Liam Hicks, 827 OPS.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Drake Baldwin here.
I would agree with you. 932 OPS for Baldwin is the best in
Definitely the
this
best numbers.
pool. Yeah. Kyber Ruiz 787. That's solid. Bouncing back from struggles, but you know, yeah. Drake Baldwin is the guy. 300, 13 homers, 38 driven in, the 932 OPS. That's the way to go. I'm gonna go chalk there. And outfield. Ooh.
This is tough.
Will you be picking a Red Sox? That's my
Like,
question.
I feel like you kind of showed me up last round.
That I pushed the Adley agenda.
Yeah, and I
You
don't
have
want to
to
go
push
back on
the
my
Adley.
picks because now I feel like I should have picked Contreras, but I'm not going back on my picks. So, oh man,
Okay, I'm looking at the outfield. We don't have to go through. We're not going through all these names. There's a lot of names.
no, it's a lot to
Process.
take in here.
Judge, I think is one.
I'm going Judge.
Yep.
How about
I know
let's
we
pick
don't
our
have-
three and let's just share at the end.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, that doesn't make for good content though.
Okay, good point. Good point.
Honestly, I think it's kind of cut and dry. Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Buxton.
And Duran Duran, right? That what you had?
I I did not pick Jaron Duran. Is Jaron Duran on here? I don't even remember.
He is on here. Yeah,
Where is he? Is he at the bottom? Oh, I see him.
it's alphabetical.
Is it? Oh, I have it average wise.
Oh,
That's
oh.
why he's so far down on mine.
Ooh.
I told you everything you needed to know.
Well, he's got 33 RBIs. I mean, come on. That's more than Buxton. And what do you need to win games? You need runs. So,
Is this the deeper than the box score pick?
like, let's just not overthink this.
I'm going Buxton, Trout, and Judge. This
He's
is
won
not.
the MVP in the All-Star game before. Right? I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm going Judge, Buxton, and Trout. It's that simple.
I gotta say true to myself. I'm going Judge, Trout, Jaron Duran.
Okay.
Gotta do
Well, the Adley pick was semi-valid. You're just picking Duran because
I
you want.
know I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't accuse me of that.
You're trying to tell me that a a 683 OPS belongs in the All-Star game.
You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going back. I know I said I wasn't going back on the list. I'm picking Wilson Contreras.
Wow, you are so jealous of my statement
No, I'm
that
not. Don't
yes, you
say
are.
that.
You said you wanted to make your own like statement,
And now I
and
did. I'm picking Willson Contreras as first baseman.
okay, but are you still gonna pick Duran?
No, we're gonna pivot from Duran here.
Okay, all right, fine. That is more palatable.
But
Respect.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna go Buxton.
You're not gonna go Buxton.
I'm gonna go Riley Green.
Wow. Oh wait, where is Bart Riley Green on here?
I want the average back in the
Oh,
game. I want the
nice.
average.
18 home runs though from Buxton is.
Bring back the average. That's what you said.
I said that about Otto Lopez because he's hitting 336.
He's sitting
A
311.
different bucket.
That's
Kind
not
of.
a crazy. He's like the next guy out in my opinion.
No, that's true. I mean, Riley Green's having a really good season. I honestly looked at Cedon Rafael and Willier Brave for a second.
Yeah,
Those two.
I think I picked the worst Red Sox candidate.
Yeah, you kind of did.
By the way,
Right.
three
Hmm?
candidates. Three candidates. By the way,
Well, wait. Does every team have three candidates?
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
Wait, maybe.
the Orioles also have three candidates.
Wait,
Yeah, it might be every team.
I might be wrong about that. Never mind.
That didn't work for you.
Okay,
Point.
never mind.
Uh, who else is having a solid season? In all honesty, Carrier Carpenter near 800 OPS. He's been. White Langford has been struggling. Thought he was gonna have a better season, but
Wade Meckler.
oh, that's got to be a small sample.
It
And
is, but you know,
season Carlos Cortez. How can I forget about him? 909 OPS. Solid. Well,
yeah.
that's more than solid, but solid player. How about that? I'm not shouting out Cody Bellinger. I don't like Cody Bellinger, so yeah.
All right, National League.
And Luke Rayleigh as well on the American League side. We spent enough time on the American League, guys. It's Trout, Judge, and Buxton. But you went with Green.
I
Over
did.
Buxton.
I gotta mix it up.
Yeah, it's fair. Riley Green, really good candidate. I would understand if he makes it. On the on the National League side, who do we go with?
This is tough. I'm seeing a lot of good candidates here.
There are a lot of good options. I like this side of the JJ Bleday on here. It's wild. He's been great though. Just a small sample. Oh, James Wood. I'm gonna pick James Wood.
Oh my god, I haven't even scrolled down to James Wood yet. Oh my gosh, this is so tough.
Well,
Oh
yours
my
is what? Sort of. Oh, Alpha. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, because his last name is Wood.
James Wood. I mean, like there's just so many guys.
He's got a 928 OPS, 16 homers, 39 driven in. I'm gonna go DMV bias, and I also want to pick Dalen Lyle because I really like Dalen Lyle, but I'm not gonna do that. What are these other options? You got to go to the top, and then I'm gonna go Jordan Walker as well. After looking at these numbers, yeah, 291 average, 15 homers, 44 driven in, 892 OPS. I think that's gonna be my second guy, and then between Soto or Harris for me. How are you looking on your side?
Um, so far I went Harris, and I went Pajes,
Oh shoot, I forgot about Andy Pies.
and then I'm going Juan Soto.
You didn't pick Jordan Walker or James Wood.
I did not, which is interesting.
Well, James Wood, 928 OPS. I'm picking a guy whose OPS starts with a 9. Which I guess that means I have to go Juan Soto.
I mean, I guess that means you got to go JT Bleday.
I he, I don't want to be mean, but like he's on like a fever dream run right now. I'm
What
sorry.
if JJ Bidet was listening and you just said that?
I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean. The JJ Bleday run right now is really fun. It's just I don't know if that can hold up for an All Star run. Um, I'm not gonna go with Andy Pies. I think Jordan
No.
Walker deserves it more. And then I guess I need a center fielder. Not Jordan Walker and James Wood are not center fielders. So I think I need to pick Michael Harris. Or I pick Andy Paz and I forget about Juan Soto. But I don't want to forget about Juan Soto. Did you already pick your three?
Yeah, I went Harris Paz solo.
Hmm.
I mean,
I'm going. Uh. Oh, Soto was hurt. Yeah, I'm going Harris. Mike Harris. Yeah.
okay.
That's my outfield. Mike Harris, Jordan Walker, James Wood. I think that's a well-rounded trio, and I love my well-rounded guys. And shout out, they're all African American. Cool.
Got that.
DH.
You got Yordan Alvarez.
Samuel Basallo's right there, dude.
There's Yordan Alvarez.
I really want to pick Samuel Basallo.
There's also Yordan Alvarez.
I love Samuel Basallo to death.
You could also go Yandy Diaz, and that would be an even better option than Samuel Basallo.
Are you slandering Samuel Basallo? Are you being disrespectful to the pride of Baltimore? The other one? The other
That's
pride,
the pride
of
of Baltimore. There's some things wrong in Baltimore.
All right, jokes aside, I mean, I'm not joking about Samuel Basallo. He's amazing, but Jordan Alvarez, clear pick. I mean, was that automatic for you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's been the best hitter in baseball so far this year.
Yeah, 316 average, 21 homers, 44 driven in, 1075 OPS.
But Yandy Diaz,
Simple on that front.
Yandy Diaz putting up great numbers.
He is. That's true. 916 OPS. Yeah, that's
Shout out Roman
Yandy
Anthony.
Diaz is great. We both know it because we're AL East fans.
Yeah. Don't forget Roman Anthony too.
Hmm.
Don't forget Roman Anthony.
What, is he on the list? Oh yeah, he is. Roman Anthony's gonna heat up. Trust.
He is.
Yeah. All right. National League. Is it just Shohei?
Kyle Schwarber. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Kyle Schwarber. He's got the 944 compared to Shohei's 941.
Now, is it, if we're picking them for DH, is it just what they do as a DH? That's what I'm confused about here.
No, because they pick pitchers. They don't. Well, they don't let fans vote for pitchers, which is stupid. There aren't enough intelligent baseball fans like us. Well, Shohei's gonna make it as a pitcher, right?
Right. Well, he's going
You
to
would
make
think.
it no matter what. They're not going to have.
So I guess in that sense, do you go Schwarber?
I feel like 23 home runs has to be started.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Schwarber. Was that your final pick?
That is my final pick. Yeah.
We're both going Schwarber. We're not picking Shohei. That's shocking.
The only home guy we picked.
Yeah. All right. So American League and National League. Do you want to run down your American League side?
Yeah. I got Willson Contreras as my first baseman. Ernie Clement, second baseman. Junior Caminero, my third baseman. Bobby Witt, shortstop. Catcher, Shea Langeliers. My outfield is Riley Green, Aaron Judge, and Mike Trout. My DH is Jordan Alvarez.
Cool. My lineup is Adley Rutschman catcher, Ben Rice, first base. Travis Bazan at second. Junior Caminero at third. Bobby Witt Jr., shortstop. Jordan Alvarez, DH. And then my outfield consists of Byron Buxton, Aaron Judge, and Michael Nelson Trout.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
And for my National League lineup, first baseman Matt Olson, second baseman Xavier Edwards, third baseman Nolan Arenado, shortstop CJ Abrams, catcher Drake Baldwin. My outfield is Michael Harris, Andy Paz, and Juan Soto, and my DH is Kyle Schwarber.
My lineup consists of Drake Baldwin behind the plate, Matt Olson first base, Bryce Terang at second base, Max Muncy at third, Otto Lopez at shortstop, Kyle Schwarber the designated hitter, and my outfield, the African American outfield as I called it, Michael Harris the second, Jordan Walker, and James Wood.
Okay.
That's it. Who do you think wins between those two lineups?
I'm going to go with the National League. I hate to say it, but I think they got the edge here.
Yeah, you're probably
I think
right.
the outfield is in the National League is phenomenal. Second base, there's a big gap.
Mhm.
Shortstops, I say, are better. Catcher's better. It's just a lot of they win more of these positions. What do you think?
I have to agree with you. The National League lineup is better. Watch out though, Adley Rutschman could carry the American League lineup. Not good. Yeah, the National League lineup is, I think, a lot better than the American League, which is crazy because when we were growing up, like the American League used to win all the time, and now the National League is
I know.
really stepped up.
The Dodgers.
That's a great point.
Always win one.
That'll do it for this episode. Any last thoughts before we say goodbye?
No, that's it.
All right, so it's good to review the stat leaders entering the month of June and fill out the All-Star ballot. Of course, as we said before, when you filled out the ballot, you can fill it out yourself. You could do it like we did. You could follow our picks. You could not. You could see the numbers for yourself. It is very easily accessible, so feel free to do that. You could push your own agenda like Brendan and I did at times, where you can just pick the people who actually deserve to be there. But yeah, a lot of fun looking at the ballot. Can't believe we're already at this point in the season. That is crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it was fun to fill out, for sure. It always is fun.
So with all that being said, that'll wrap it up for this week's episode of Beyond the Ballpark. And with that, we will see you next time.